Good morning. I'm still under the weather. I haven't trained now for over a week, which for me is pretty challenging. I've got a sinus infection and basically have just been burning the candle at both ends and not paying attention to my body's signs of telling me that I needed to slow down. So I had zero voice last week for about 5 days. And my voice started to come back. This is the best that it's been so far. And I've got a raspy cough and I'm just feeling pretty average. So that's not really been a great start to my first strength block for my preseason training. But I thought it was important to come on and tell you guys about it because you'd think that after 10 years of being a full-time athlete, I would learn that when my body's telling me it's time to slow down, that I'd take a step back. And instead, for the last 3 weeks, I've kind of powered through and been a little stubborn. And this has been the result. And now I've lost a week of training, actually over a week now. And I'm really frustrated. Like, my body feels pretty good, but if I do any landings or if I run upstairs or something like that, I can feel like my whole head is just going to explode. Or when it was really bad on the weekend, I had to do some landing for some physio screenings, and I did some single leg and double leg landings, and it literally felt like my teeth were going to fall out. So it was a bit bizarre. But anyway, I'm also, have had a big week of school. It was the second wellbeing seminars for my wellbeing, elite athlete wellbeing management course. So it was kind of frustrating going to that, knowing that it was the last thing that I should be doing as an athlete was being stimulated neurologically. But we did heaps of stuff on relationships and learn a bit about our culture here in Australia and things that perhaps were glossed over when I last studied our history here in Australia, which was in primary school, and just to gauge it, have a deeper understanding of where we all come from. And it was really, really interesting, and it was really good to just reconnect with the guys that I'm networking with here at this course. There's all sorts of really, really interesting people there who have got very different perspectives on the world as a whole, let alone just a sporting context. So, yeah, it was really good to go, but I definitely was pushing it in terms of my health, but didn't train at all, whereas last time I did it, I trained a couple of times a day, and that made me really tired because I was sick. At least I didn't train. So that was the only thing I was doing all day. And just, to add another element into the mix, Ben and I have moved house, or we're in the process of moving house at the moment. So we're literally halfway through. We have got the basics and the fundamentals of what we need at our new place here. So that's us and the cat and a couple of kitchen bits and a bed. And everything else doesn't come for a couple of days. So we're sort of living between two places at the moment. And certainly we're not grubby, dirty people, but anyone that's moved house before will know as soon as all of the dust and everything starts to get stirred up when you're moving around furniture and packing up things, this sickness just didn't like it. But I did wake up this morning feeling much better. Like, today is definitely the best I've felt since I started to come down with this, and I think that was 2 Wednesdays ago. It hit me on the Friday, but it was 2 Wednesdays ago that I started to sort of go downhill. So I actually just went to false grip and kept myself away from everyone a little bit, but just did a lower body stretch class, working on some deep stretches and a little bit of mobility, but trying to just breathe and move. And I've definitely feel stiff and rigid because I haven't been doing anything at all. So it felt really nice this morning to go and do that. I also had the ambition of going and getting on the bike for half an hour afterwards, but I promptly cancelled that on the drive home, because just being, in a position where my head may have been down, looking down at the ground or something, has stirred me back up. So I'm now just going to take it easy for the rest of the day and hopefully go for a long walk or something along Manly Beach this afternoon. But at the moment, I have put a big pause on the training button, and it's doing my head in. I just want to keep training. I was starting to do really well in training and starting to see results, and going to each session, I was tired, but I was performing well, and the numbers were changing in terms of my weights, and I was feeling good on the bike. I was going for long runs, like I was feeling so good, but the combination of that full training load and everything else that has been happening in my life was too much. And now here we are. So everything is hitting a reset, and I'm doing the bare minimum to keep me going, trying to eat really well, trying to drink way more water than I'm used to. I'm so bad at drinking water. Even if I've got a drink bottle on me, the only time I seem to drink it is when I'm in the car. So I'm trying my best to come up with strategies to increase my water intake. So I've put ginger and lemon in, and flavouring things that way. We've bought a soda stream so that at least it feels like you're having a soft drink or something fun. But yeah, so anyway, that's a quick little update on what on earth is happening with Sammy Kennedy Sim. So yeah, right now, summarise, Sammy's in take care of Sammy mode. Hopefully I can do my best job of that over the next couple of days, and towards the back end of the week get back into training and feeling good again. I hope that everyone has had an awesome weekend and that you have a very happy Monday.